Yeah. Nuts. Fruits. Dried cereal. Kluth. So I'm driving to dead in Oldville, Indiana the other day. But I put the wrong address in my global positioning system, you see. And the problem there with the old GPS that the kids call it is that it didn't tell me it was taking me to Kluth. Oh boy. Now, not my dentist, no, it was right down the street. So I found out later, but my computer told me I was on my way to Germany. I said, man, that's a long way to drive with such a short time. I wonder why they didn't inform any of their clients. So I shrugged my shoulders and I got in my car and I adjusted the mirror and I started to drive. My car wouldn't have been dropped and I said, wow, that's some rather unfortunate timing. And my appointment was soon and I didn't have a vehicle, so instead, I would have to take my company's maintenance truck. Normally, I'm not supposed to do that, see. The construction company I work for, I'd like when I take a maintenance truck out in Bernal Aaron, but I tried to risk it and I explained everything to my boss later. When my teeth was wiggly and I needed a root canal. So I drove away on route to Kluth, and I arrived at the world-famous Atlantic car barge. I got on the barge and I waited a while, and before I knew it, several days had passed on the Atlantic. I had to hit my car the whole time, too. Really needed to pray for a while, but I decided to hold it. When we got to Europe, I thanked a barge captain for a job well done. Then I peed all over the starboard side of the boat when nobody was looking. After that ordeal, I was finally able to start my maintenance truck again, and I started driving through all the different countries. Europe had many countries, like England and the United Kingdom and even Great Britain. It took longer than I thought it would to finally get to Germany, but when I did, I was so excited. And it was so late, too. My wiggly tooth ready to fall out. And well, I needed a root canal. Well, now it needed a root aqueduct. I always thought an aqueduct was a duct that liked water, but they all seem to like water. Damn birds can't get enough of it. I pulled off Kluth, and the sweet smell of salted nuts filled my nose, and I realized something. I was at Herbert Kluth GmbH and Co. KG. Where at the moment when I made the connection, I nailed the side of the road, made a connection with my tire. Pop, with the air. I pulled my maintenance truck over and got out in the Kluth parking lot screaming, "Where are my dentist? Where are my dentist?" And a worker came out the front door right then, looking as if he'd just seen the ghost of George Duff walking on the street beside me. The kid, he said, Sir, what's wrong?" Of course, he said it in German, but luckily I understand German. So I said, "Some ne'er-do-well done popped a tire in my maintenance truck, and I need my dentist." The kid looked back at me and smiled like he'd seen this before. "Just follow me, sir. I know just what you need." So we went inside the building where all the nuts are made. I was expecting something cool. It was all just lame machines. Turned out the lame machine was exactly what shaped me in the end. To the end of a long hallway, the kind you see in a building, was a man. It was Mr. Kluth himself. And I'm not talking about Herbert Kluth, no. I'm talking about my dentist from Kluth Richardson back home. He was wearing a white coat and wielding a cashew. He looked at me with surprise, and then he smiled too, telling the kid to get lost. And Kluth looks at me, and he says, "Well done, my child. You have found me. Nobody has successfully put the pieces together for years, but you have finally discovered the true meaning of dentistry." I grinned like a bear who just beaten the trout at a poker game, knowing that the next hand of cards dealt would be in service of Go Fish next. And when I did, let me tell you, my wiggly tooth done finally fell out. My dentist Kluth, he shed a single tear, and I saw the crazed nutman in him just disappear. "I'm sorry, my child," he said with a sob. "I've hid from the light and neglected my job." I picked up my tooth, and with his dentistry powers, he magically transformed it into a tire. A tire perfectly sized. My maintenance truck. "Go, drive home," he told me with a
and I promise that you'll be the first patient I see. I have a renewed faith in all dentistry. You've shown me how faithful a client can be.
I hopped in my maintenance truck after changing the tire and I drove off into the sunset. And that's why you never go to Kluth.